Hey everyone, what did you think of Jimbo Fisher's press conference? We carried it live on TexAgs Radio. This is TexAgs Rewind. He is Ole Buchanan. I am David Nuno. This is brought to you by T-Mobile. They want you to visit T-Mobile.com/AcrossAmerica to learn how you can get more value and coverage through T-Mobile. OB, the best part of the show today to me was that we were living things in real time. We started the show reacting to the Nick Saban crazy comments. As the day went on, we had Travis Johnson call on the show. He gave us his thoughts. Travis played at Florida State. He gave us some thoughts about Alabama trying to give him money. Then you had to go play reporter because Jimbo was ready for a presser.
Yeah, we're here at around 9:30. We got an email that Jimbo was going to do a press conference at 10. Went over there expecting it to be fun. Had no idea how incredible that press conference was going to be, and it was epic.
It was epic out there, and OB got the first question. He had some of the best lines in the entire press conference. We had Billy Liucci to start off the show talking about Saban's accusations. That was good stuff. As I mentioned, Travis Johnson joined the show, called us up after a Bible study, believe it or not. Jim Schlossnagle got us ready for that Ole Miss series. He was on the show, gave us his thoughts on all of the words out there about A&M canceling that game against Incarnate Word, and, of course, our reaction to the Jimbo press conference. It's TexAgs Rewind. Billy, you were one of the first ones on it last night. What a hypocrite there, Nick Saban. Let's just let you get started. Rant for us, my friend.
Well, unfortunately, I got about 3 minutes to rant because getting on a plane. So perfect timing here by Nick Saban. But no, I've talked to a lot of people already this morning. Most around the country think, they're recognizing the hypocrisy. I think a lot of people see a guy who knows he's got a year or two left in this thing. He knows he's going to retire sooner than I think people think, and he doesn't want to change and adapt with the time. He's, I think, showing a real lack of class to take a story that's made up, wildly exaggerated, fabricated, and do that to a former colleague and friend in Jimbo Fisher and act the way he did. If I was Jimbo Fisher, quite frankly, I'd go whip that. The next time I saw him, I'd punch him in his face. That's what I would do. You're calling into question a man's integrity. The players, that whole class does not have NIL deals. Nothing even close to that. Nothing even remotely close. I've said before, there's 11 players on campus. I think one of them has a NIL deal of any significance outside of some local mom and pop type stuff. It was just pretty disgraceful to see Saban go that route. And I'll be honest with you, man, I kind of love it for the rivalry standpoint. I hope Texas A&M brings a really damn good football team up to Tuscaloosa this year because if there's any kind of real build-up with two highly ranked teams, that could be the game of the year in college football. And you want to talk about bad blood? There it is, because I think Saban, what he did, I think that ended any kind of friendship those two have ever had. I don't think they'll ever be on, I wouldn't think, speaking terms again after that. And you got Lane Kiffin, just being a clown there on Twitter as well. And I also think Saban did that, too, to kind of get at his own donor base and get them to jump in more than they are. And I've said before, guys, I think A&M needs to step more up on the NIL front. I don't think it's anything like people say, and I don't think I don't think people around the country realize that. But for Saban to come out, directly call out A&M, really call out the players and the families in the class as well. No one's ever said A&M's not in the NIL game. No one's ever tried to say that. It's the accusation of buying recruits and saying that's the only reason that class was put together. I thought it was pretty disgraceful on his part. He has not had a good week. And to act like Saban isn't notoriously one of the biggest payers of athletes in college football is laughable.
All right, I'm going to give you the floor, man. You saw the comments from Nick Saban yesterday. I know you're not an A&M guy, but you are a realist, so what'd you think of it all?
Well, I thought it's not satellite radio, so I can't say what I really thought. I just thought it was BS. You know what I'm saying? I really believe, come on, man. The SEC as a whole been cheating for decades, and now you swear up and down that y'all are the only one. the problem Nick Saban is having is because his two favorite former assistants, Kirby Smart and Jimbo Fisher, are now putting boot in his behind, and he knows with the even scales, with the money now allowing to be given, he might never beat them guys again. Not when it's important. And so now it's like he's crying. They're like, dude, come on, man. Y'all, I know, dude, too many people in college football know too much. You know what I'm saying? For you to sit there and just say, oh, we're not paying you guys. So you want me to believe that y'all gave the one kid $2 million, and then you gave the only other 24 kids, they split another $2 million? I don't believe it. Come on, man. It's like, no, they've been paying for players forever. We know Ole Miss been playing for players. We know Alabama, Tennessee. We know all these places been paying for players. And now when it's legal to pay for players, now it's a problem. Why? Because now you can't do it undercover. Come on, man. Like, stop that. Stop it.
Travis, Nick has a reputation for complaining about the speed of offenses and the pace of play, and but he ends up being great at whatever they do. He didn't like the transfer portal, but yet he's one of the best at doing it right now. The NIL, obviously, he's taking advantage of it, but he's saying he's not, and apparently A&M's paying everybody out there. He just is coming across really whiny for being the GOAT.
No, but that, you know what? That's because he feels like his legacy is being threatened. It's not him trying. He's not trying to sit down anytime soon. And so when you're not trying to sit down anytime soon, you want to make sure that nobody kills the gravy train you got going. Nick Saban is the greatest football coach. Between him and Bill Belichick, they're the greatest football coaches ever. And now you want to complain, dude. We know A&M's money's long, but they're not giving players $1 million a piece to come to school here, man. Nobody's complaining because you know what? Texas is giving every offensive lineman $50,000. Nobody's complaining about that. Why not? Because Texas won't beat the school of the deaf, dumb, and blind. You know what I'm saying? That's why nobody's complaining about it, because they know they're terrible. But let Texas be good. Let Texas turn into Texas of the late 90s, early 2000s. I bet you they start complaining. Why everybody got to get a deal? Why everybody get to get this? Man, these kids deserve it, man. You an 8-figure coach, bro.
You guys are in a position to do some great things this year, and here we are, the last series, taking on Ole Miss with so much on the line. Just how impressed are you with the way your team has played all season long and getting better as the stakes get higher?
Yeah, super impressed. I mean, you have to give credit to those kids. I mean, they're just fully bought in to a style of play, to a preparation. During the week, during practice, they're committed to playing for each other, not for themselves. You see that through our offense, especially, and they've been committed to playing winning baseball, and it's not always pretty. Especially, we haven't had, as well documented, we haven't had consistent starting pitching, so a lot of times we're playing from behind. But we've had guys get the outs we need to get. And find a way to win ball games, and the same thing's going to be true this weekend. This probably be our biggest challenge this season, because Ole Miss is a club that 3 weeks into the season, 4 weeks into the season, they're number one team in the country, and they're still that exact same team. The pitching injuries they had were before the season for the most part, and so they've evolved. It's a super powerful offense. If you don't make pitches, you're going to get bloodied, and we've seen that in our ballpark. If we don't make pitches, I think we gave up 5 or 6 homers in one game. This ballpark is smaller, and really since the LSU series on the road, we've played in some good atmospheres, but we haven't played in one of those, daunting, loud, can be dominating type atmospheres, and I'm sure that's what it'll be here in Oxford starting tonight. So should be fun. There's no doubt about it, and we'll just keep plugging.
How about the way Wyatt Tucker looked the other day, getting his first start, and just really looked solid?
He looked solid, yeah. I mean, he gave us a chance. All you can ask out of the starting pitcher is or at least all I ask of him is, hey, whenever I come take the ball from you, just have us in the ball game. It'd be awesome if we're winning, but just give us a shot to stay competitive through the game. And he did a good job of that. He managed his his nerves well. He pitched out of some traffic. And so if we decide to go that way tomorrow, then you'd like to think that experience will help him have success, against Ole Miss.
You were there front row, just the energy that I could feel it on television.
Well, he was livid. Jimbo was livid, and he made it very clear that that his relationship with Nick Saban friendship is over, and that he has consistently insisted since the Bro Bible thing came out several months ago that A&M has done absolutely nothing that could be considered illegal or even wrong, because it would not be legal, I guess, to
cross state lines with money like that, right?
But anyway, that everything they've done has been with complete integrity. And he doubled down and tripled down and quadrupled down on that while doing something that's not supposed to be done. He said the emperor has no clothes. I don't want to say attacked Nick Saban, but suggested that Nick Saban has a history of cheating. Talked about how there's a reason that he never wanted to coach with him again, and said he's not afraid of confrontation. In fact, he enjoys it. So, I mean, here's a guy that was upset, emotional, but he didn't pull any punches. Made me think he might want to throw a couple.
Right.
But that's something you just don't see very often, if ever, among college football coaches. And I can't wait for October 8th.
Yeah, I mean, and that's basically what he said here on the October 8th meeting. It'll be fun, won't it? I don't mind confrontation. I've lived my entire life with it. I kind of like it myself. Backing away from it wasn't how I was raised. The walking on water, the God part, that was like theater. It
really was. And he was, expressing a lot about Nick Saban in a negative light that you're just not supposed to do. And Nick Saban will have I'm sure some friends in the media come to his defense and things like that. But what I thought was really telling, the thing that's easy to get overlooked, is that apparently either last night or this morning, I fumbled and didn't get the clarification, but Nick Saban phoned him and he wouldn't take the call. I mean, you won't even take the call. So I think that by not taking the call, says as much as he said today. But it was tremendous theater. But it was, what it was? It was a guy who was hurt, insulted, and really trying to defend and take up for the players that are being accused, the families that are being insinuated they were on the take, all of his coaches that put in a lot of hours. I mean, do you really have to put in a whole lot of hours recruiting if all you can call them and say, look, we're going to make sure you get this X amount of money?
Right.
I mean, do you have to work hard in recruiting?
No, you're basically saying you don't have to work hard if you do that.
Here's our best offer. You take it or leave it, right? Here's our $50,000. We're going to call this the Pancake Factory. Come in. Take it or leave it, right? You don't have to do that. You don't have to work hard if you're going to do that. And so he's defending his coaches. He's defending his own reputation. He says that you cannot call him a cheat or a liar. He's defending his own reputation. He's defending his coaches. He's defending the players. He's defending the players' family. And he did it in such an impassioned way that it's going to be played on every sports show all day and maybe for a couple days. I mean, this is going to be one of those Mike Gundy, I'm a man, I'm 40 rants that never dies.
All right, folks. OB's leaving. He's got to write a column. He's busy. He's got radio shows to do. But he wants you to comment, like, subscribe. Anything else you want him to do?
No, I think that would cover it. Comment, like, subscribe.
And if you see
send money.
If you see Nick Saban, call him a narcissist. See how that goes for you. All right, it's TexAgs Rewind.